有啲豬仔冇毒嘅全部咯。福仔嗰度嗰啲豬仔全部有毒嘅，全部佢哋食啲嘅。夠佢哋打。
福頭死咗好耐啦，福仔啊！
好啦，我死人啦，唉，都喺強啊，都好老啦，都。我哋福仔好老啦。見咗好耐，幾個月仲唔係代表遲咗啊？好老嗰隻。
Bruno once held the steady rank of beta male in Hercules' clan. But he is now caught in the ebb and flow of monkey politics, ousted and forced to steer through the murky waters of exile.
Wow, 跳到咁勁啊你啊！冇嘢。花大嘅。
He now lingers on the fringes of Dane's troop, trying to earn a stable position once more. His weathered face and scrawny torso tell the story of the vicissitudes endured during his time outside his natal clan. Bruno was always there to protect the young from dangers lurking around the corner. He was the steadfast guardian of Hercules' clan. One of the saddest moments in the forest is to witness the harsh rite of passage that the boys must undergo. Once part of a family, they were someone's doting son, playful brother, or caring uncle. Then, out of the blue, their presence is no longer tolerated by the clan. They have no choice but to walk away from their own families and flee into the unknown. You can see it in their frustrated expressions and adrift movements. They are outcasts waiting to be accepted into a foreign clan, a chance to start afresh and earn their place in a new home. In Dane's clan, a juvenile male is born with anotia, that is the absence of his left ear. Echo's deformity doesn't weigh him down. He still moves with amazing agility, between branches like an experienced acrobat. The car park troupe is followed by monkey chasing in Monkey Paradise. But she now has a lot on her plate, dealing with personal matters that require her undivided attention. Here we have Sam, Ms. Ying's son. It looks like Sam injured his arm and is hanging it at a careful angle. The adaptation in his gait suggests a sprain or strain during conflicts, leaps, or falls, which will heal in no time. Time to move on and find Skullhead's clan. Gumbo just can't sit still. He wriggles here and there on the step, with bright wide eyes eager to explore. Tessa is an experienced mother. She anchors him with one steadying arm. Another new chapter for Bonnie. Being born into the highest-ranking family of Skullhead's clan, Bonnie's little poppet enters this world under the limelight. Subordinate females would gather close with discernible curiosity to offer lip smacks and grunts of appeasement. There's a trace of experienced motherhood that accompanies her second baby, Millie. Wild boars were foraging through the clan's territory, so the ground was no longer safe. Bonnie, Elaine, and Belle sought solace up amongst the trees, their ladder to safety. Is this the chance to get a little sneak peek at Millie? Only for a fleeting moment. Belle is an absolute stunner. She is without a doubt one of the smartest monkeys I've ever known, and definitely one of the most mischievous souls too. There's Sophia carrying another baby with her this year. Not only is she an experienced mother, but also a great-grandmother. Jade's 2 baby girls are the latest blossoms on her family tree. Two pretty moms are coming our way, Eyeshadow and Grace. Another cute addition to Eyeshadow's family, which now has a lively trio of brothers. Little Bear, with his big round eyes and tiny fists, now takes his place among them. What do we have here? Baby Heather is growing fast before our very eyes. A milestone is being reached. She now gathers small bites of solid food and sloppily brings them to her tiny mouth. Rocky is starting to tentatively grant her daughter space. The tiny shadow that clung relentlessly to her chest or back is now her own little explorer. She is allowed to take a few wobbly steps away from Mum. Rocky and her siblings all have their mother's eyes. It seems there is no end to the surprises in store today. The forest is booming with infants. A brief encounter with Marley, she too has popped. Don't fret, we will catch up with her later. Alice, a first-time mother, had also found her way into the spotlight. She begins her own journey to motherhood, a very exciting odyssey filled with novel moments. Blossom is clearly intrigued by the arrival of her little sister Bloom. Her fascination is discernible as she stretches out her hands to groom Jade's leg, the very areas that grant her a closer vantage point of Bloom. What a clever move. Through the delicate act of grooming, she is politely asking if she could come closer. She watches as Mum tends to the tiny newcomer. This young-looking lady eyeshadow is in fact a grandmother of 3 now. Her daughters Booper and Belle, who inherited her exquisite features, have now passed on to their offspring. The feeders named her eyeshadow for good reason. Her eyes are accentuated by natural markings, as if brushed with eyeshadow makeup. This season brings a different gift for Booper, a boy after her firstborn, her daughter Lavender. Booper speculates each strand of her little boy's hair with tenderness and affection. Here we have a circle of familiar faces: Bonnie, Ray, and Belle. Bonnie lets her baby girl venture just a little farther. Curious and bold, Millie reaches out and her small soft hand makes contact. Standing before these two utterly beautiful young girls, Rocky and Bonnie, brings back fond memories of their carefree days as juveniles. Rocky offers Millie a gentle invitation to socialize. During baby season, these babies play a magical role. They are the vibrant force that bonds the females together. Babies are most likely granted immunity in their early days. Actions that would otherwise warrant a sharp reprimand from other members are met with leniency. For a few moments, Alice allows herself to soften during her mother's grooming session. But being a mother, especially for the first time, demands constant vigilance. She turns from Rowena's grooming to retrieve her daughter, ensuring that her baby doesn't wander into unfamiliar places. Little Esme is the spitting image of her mum Marley, with the same delicate features. Now her family grows, as Mum has given birth to a baby boy, Esmond. Elaine has taken Alice's little girl, Syra. Direct confrontation is never an option for low-ranking mothers like Alice. She begins to groom Elaine as an offer of social currency in exchange for her baby. Her eyes betrayed her true intentions, as they constantly drifted towards Syra, keeping anxious tabs on her daughter. Elaine's interest in Syra wanes, so she is free to go back to Mum. Elaine reciprocates, grooming Alice in return. Thanks for the close-up of your sweet little boy, Sophia. Sometimes, the early days of nursing can be tricky. Booper isn't letting Landon latch. She pulls him away, a subtle signal of discomfort. She went through a similar adapting phase with her firstborn Lavender. But the hesitation is brief. She allows Landon to settle in. In the strict hierarchy of the clan, actions bring repercussions. Kiara here makes a risky move. She grabbed a red date and was spotted by Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow did not hesitate to deliver a disciplinary bite. Mum Taylor rushed to her daughter's aid with a screech that pierced the air. Meanwhile, Aunt Cora uses a clever tactic by darting in to distract the fierce Eyeshadow, pulling her gaze from Kiara and Taylor. It's a chaotic maneuver where relatives stand up for each other for coordinated aid. She then bared her teeth in fearful submission. It feels only yesterday that Giselle was a curious baby herself, clinging to her mom's torso. Now she is a confident juvenile with a baby brother, Gumbo. Giselle was observing her tiny sibling, with Tessa resting nearby. Until Taylor interrupted them.